I'm Jose Franco, the founder of 1Michigan. We have been around for 14 years. This is our story. We are the only undocumented-led organization in Detroit. I came here at 2 years old fleeing violence from Mexico. I started 1Michigan for immigrant youth in 2010. After I realized when I graduated from Western, I did not have any options for a job. Driver's license, nothing. I got together with other undocumented youth across the country, and we decided to learn from the civil rights movement and put everything on the line to gain our freedom. We got arrested knowing we could be deported, but we had to do it to create a better future. And even though I didn't get citizenship, we were at least able to get President Obama to give us DACA, which is a work permit I have to renew every year for $4.95, which is not the best, but it works for me since I have no other option for citizenship. All this would have never happened without 1Michigan. Additionally, we have won several community campaigns, to name two. In 2013, 1Michigan collected over 1,000 surveys from Detroit residents and discovered that this issue also affected many outside the undocumented community, such as the LGBT, veteran, and returning citizen populations. Our advocacy led to unanimous City Council approval of Detroit City ID in 2016. In 2020, the COVID pandemic was especially devastating for the undocumented, as they did not have access to federal and state relief programs. 1Michigan raised $240,000 in COVID-19 relief, which we distributed directly to undocumented families in Detroit.
6 years ago, we began rehabilitating our building with the aim of creating a functional space from which to conduct our community work and a broader vision of transforming the building into a safe community organizing space. The building has historical neighborhood significance. From the 1970s into the early 2000s, the building was known as Casa de Unidad, Unity House, and it was used to plan events and organize around issues that impacted our neighborhood. The building was eventually sold, but we reacquired it at the end of 2017. The following projects must be completed to achieve the space we envision. The biggest bulk of our monetary request would go towards remodeling our basement. Currently, it is used for community laundry to hold tools and office supplies. However, there's a lot of space, but it's the scariest place in the office with low ceilings, lead paint walls, cracks in the floor, and it floods when there's too much rain. Last summer, we had so many youth, we held some classes outside. It would be great to have those classes inside the basement to avoid the days of the blistering sun. That is why the Youth Council made this the number one priority for our grant. Next, we would like to upgrade our community kitchen. It is a space we use to make meals in the summer. We have been taught how to make cultural foods in that space, and we want to put new floors, figure out a way to increase space, fixing, replacing an oven, and hooking up a dishwasher. Next, we would like to put floor in our attic teen library. That space is used to learn and decompress, and the kids love it, but we need new floors. Next, we want to make energy efficient updates. Some of the windows in the office are old and let cold air in, some have lead paint. Finally, our second biggest expense would be the community garden. We have done our best to do with what we have. However, our feet get very muddy on our famous water days when we swim and play a lot of games involved getting wet after we earn that day by completing community projects such as giving a Know Your Rights training to parents. We would also like to fix the fence, level the ground, and insert a space to learn how to garden so we can grow our own food at home. Besides material costs, we would like to pay the salary of a dedicated project coordinator and consultants to ensure that the project proceeds apace. Michigan was founded by undocumented immigrant youth in response to the concerns of our own community. We are thus intimately connected and accountable to the neighborhood. The incentive to rehabilitate and transform our building, as we described in this proposal, is the direct result of community request. Since obtaining the facility, 1Michigan has conducted 24 house meetings and 8 community-wide events in which community members identified our neighborhood need for a dedicated safe space to act as a meeting place and refuge for the undocumented community members and their families. Feedback also emphasized the urgent need for youth support space where young people could stay to study, receive tutoring, and work on mental health. Our conversations with Black and Brown youth in Southwest Detroit revealed that these youth feel hesitant about participating in extracurricular activities that are further from their homes and schools for fear of hostility and encounters with ICE. The safe space we give community youth a place to feel empowered and to pursue their goals. Our facility is only a few blocks away from 2 high schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 elementary school, making it easy for local students to walk to. The completion of our teen space in particular will be an immediate benefit to the community as it will serve for the requested study space in our neighborhood. Our space will also be a functional organizing center where members of our undocumented community can safely gather to strategize over community issues and a safe, comfortable location that we can conduct our community programs such as the Holiday Helper. Since immigration only receives less than 1% of funding nationwide, and on top of that, only 20% of those are Black, Indigenous, people of color led, and only 10% of those do not have an all-white board, we are at an extreme disadvantage to receive funding. We work with the undocumented community, a community that cannot be given government funding. These are the people who have been here for years, contributing to taxes but not eligible for Social Security, unemployment, nor public benefits. Additionally, our leadership is all people of color and our board is majority people of color. Finally, if we are able to get this funding after being denied for 4 years straight and no undocumented orgs has ever been funded by KipD, We can give hope to our community that other people do care about our youth and their families, and we are not all on our own. Because since 2017, we have done all the repairs, and the largest grant we got was $30,000. With that small amount, we have done so many repairs that can be seen in the attached document, Immigration for 14 Years Strong. I know it seems like it has taken us a long time. However, even while doing all these repairs, we have never stopped programming. It's always been volunteers working on the property for free or at an extreme discount. If we can get this grant, it will make things much easier on us, and we can increase our capacity to help our community. And if you want proof that our community is engaged, come to our summer program. See the previous youth that come in to volunteer to help the new youth out. They sacrifice 6 weeks of their summer to give back what they got. Our program is built on heart and love. We are super unique, and we are just looking for a break. The 1Michigan Youth Council will hold 6 house meetings during the 24-month period. In these meetings, we will give updates about the restoration and solicit feedback for the project moving forward. Minutes will be available to our community. We will have a community-wide event once the restoration is complete, when we will paint a culturally significant mural on the building. 1Michigan will contact several BIPOC artists to design and oversee the painting of the mural. The event will be a celebration of the neighborhood's commitment to our undocumented community, and the mural itself will be a symbol that they are welcomed and valued. We plan on adding legal services for the undocumented community, having safe housing for all of the community, and expanding our partnership with the International Union of Operating Engineers, as well as continuing our ABC Be Gay With Me podcast for the students year-round. All of these programs will begin to happen simultaneously once we have more indoor spacing, and we won't have to choose between having one or the other.